Hi, I'm Rob, and this is Gems of War. Take a look at this situation I've managed to generate here. Now, this is really interesting because I've done this by using the Fairy Godmother's spell. Now, there's two ways you can use the Fairy Godmother, and that's to use her in the way that most people are going to do, which is create 2 to 3 wish gems, use a troop to explode or destroy those wish gems, and take it from there. But I decided to do the opposite, and this is exactly what happened. By deciding not to destroy those wish gems completely on purpose, you get a massive boost ratio to the damage you either do or the life you give the other allies. Look in the top right hand corner there, my boost is plus 210, which means I'm doing 4 short of 300 damage to all enemies or 300 life to all other allies. This is ludicrous. The way I've done this is by purposely picking a team which cannot possibly explode or destroy any gems, which is the only way you can remove these wish gems. Even if the remaining colours were all green and I cast Forest Troll here, it would not override any of those wish gems. They literally have to be destroyed or exploded. So a troop like Thrall would destroy them. A troop or a weapon that explodes gems would also destroy them at the same time. But by purposely picking a team which has 0 chance of destroying or exploding any of them, you can build up a situation literally like this. You do have to make sure that in your champion talents you've turned off anything like lightning strike at the same time, because that will spoil the effect. And you do have to be fighting obviously a team which does not explode or destroy any gems at the same time. So yeah, after this I will probably show my proper team I developed for the Fairy Godmother, but this is certainly a very interesting situation we managed to develop here, and I want to see how far we can take it. Actually, we're not getting far away from the point where there's going to be literally one move available. I'll show what I mean now about the Forest Troll. There's only 4 there, so but you should overlap them normally, obviously, if this was gonna work, those wish gems. But we've got plus 210 right now. If I do that, see, it didn't overlap anything at all. We're still on 210. In fact, it's gone up to 215 because we must have just turned a yellow to a wish gem at the same time. So I'm going to cast a spell again now, see if I can generate even more. Oh, I should have decided to do the damage and kill him. That was really annoying. But yeah, that's a lot of fun we can have with Fairy Godmother in that way. But just to go over her properly now and show her proper team I'm going to use with her, I'll do that now. So we'll fight a team here. That was the team I used for that. I used it in Titan. I made sure that any sort of trait, I used a +2 green, +1 blue, -1 brown for that one for whatever reason. I think I was just playing around with it, and then I saw that situation starting to occur and then just rolled with it. But I'm in Titan class, and then I just made sure that anything like the lightning strike, for example, was turned off. And that's how that occurred, and you can actually benefit from that in a really big way regarding the damage and life recovery for the other team. But my proper team for the Fairy Godmother is this one. It's Mountain Crusher. Explode a load of brown gems, because to use the wish gems properly you need a couple of troops in your team that are going to explode, because as I said earlier, those wish gems cannot be removed by any other way than either destroying them or exploding a gem which is nearby to one. And in an ideal world, you want to explode or destroy a wish gem when there's only 1 or 2 on the board, really. Now, what a wish gem does, if you're unfamiliar, it gives all allies, it gives either 1 ally full mana, 2, 3, or all allies full mana, or all allies and all enemies on the other team full mana all at once, which can be pretty devastating if it decides to do that. And it has that chance to do those things on every wish gem excuse me, which is destroyed. So if you destroy a large amount of wish gems, say 5 or 6, the chances are that you're going to be charging up the other team at the same time. So it is much better to destroy a low amount of wish gems if you can. And obviously you need a couple of troops which explode or destroy gems in your team as well. That's super important. Without those, you are not going to be able to destroy those wish gems. Now, the way wish gems work, because they basically give full mana, this is a really good chance to take full advantage of this by including your most powerful troops, those ones that have a massive mana cost, like the World Breaker here. 30 he requires. Zul'Goth requires 32. You can have other expensive troops in here. Arc Proxy Evendra, she requires 30. There she is. Enraged Kurandara, that'd be another one. That'd be like 35 odd. All these will just be fully charged instantly. So if you have a couple of them, and you get just the minor amount of luck with those wish gems, because it's going to put it on 1, 2, 3 or all, these will be charged absolutely straight away. So the Faerie Godmother is absolutely superb for this. Now banners wise, I'm going to do +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 blue for this. I know Zul'Goth uses blue, but we're going to get so much mana it actually doesn't matter. And that's why the World Breaker is so good at the same time, because he explodes a load of gems, which is virtually a board wipe, and deals damage to all the enemies. So 3 benefits from that. We'll be dealing damage to all enemies, we'll be getting mana for the team, and we'll be taking out the wish gems we generate as well. One thing to be careful of is you need to have your weapon that explodes the colour or whatever it is you do at the same time as you cast this. You want to cast this first and then have your explodey weapon ready, because otherwise the AI could do it and pinch your wish gems, which is exactly what you don't want. In Titan class for this, the reason is I'll like a nice 50% start with the mana, and the talent trees are Impact, Counter Attack, Thunder Fist, Storm Aura, Rock Solid, Bloodthirsty, and Fortitude. So let's... oh, this is not a proper game. Hold on. Let's go back. Oh dear. I feel bad picking on them. Okay, I'll do this one first and then I'll do another one after to show the effect properly. So ideal world, we want to get some brown for our Mountain Crusher, but if not, we'll just grab anything else. Cast Mountain Crusher again. Had no wish gems appear so far. For now we can... not quite ready to cast it yet. I cast Mountain Crusher then, well I shouldn't have done. I was getting carried away. Had that other game in the back of my mind still. But we can cast Zul. Take someone out. Now we've got the Mountain Crusher ready and the World Breaker. We can cast this. She didn't decide to generate any wish gems that time, but there is one there, and with the World Breaker we'll explode a load of gems, which means we pick up the benefits of that. And that's charged up World Breaker and Godmother as well. So we cast Godmother again. Now she has generated some wish gems, 3 of them in fact. The chances are now we're going to have all our team benefit from this, and that was super easy, but it was a mostly coin purse team or whatever it was, so we'll have another battle. But the way she works is actually superb. Now I think it's super dangerous to have her in a Guild Wars team or something like that. I haven't looked at having her in a team with all the same colour yet. I might do that in the future, but I just do think the mechanic of her spell makes it super dangerous to have in a Guild Wars team, so I'm not sure I could recommend that at the moment. Alright, let's take these lot on. It's a bad choice for this team actually, because I wouldn't ordinarily go with this team, because Zul'Goth can't actually kill 3 of these troops. Actually, they can kill that one, that's not the enraged version. So we'll be relying on power. So let's go for it. Let's see what happens. If he dies, he dies. Still looking for Mountain Crusher if we can, but we'll pick up any 4 matches first. We get red and green from that, so we'll do that. Right. Let's get the Mountain Crusher done. Should have got that green really there. There's a 4 match there, but my autopilot fingers bypassed it. 1 wish gem there right now. This is worth going for. There's now 2. We can cast a spell that done damage, So a minor boost ratio, so that done 48 damage to their side. We'll now cast Mountain Crusher because that will explode this gem and it takes out all the ones around it. So it'll be all these. And that's instantly given Zul'Goth what he needs to get a zap in. Yeah, there's not much brown there, so there's not much benefit from casting Mountain Crusher right now, but we will this time because the explosion from that will take out that tower and charge up the team at the same time. Now we've got World Breaker there, so it's perfectly okay to cast Godmother. She's generated a couple of Wish Gems. We're not frozen on brown, so I can take that. We can now cast World Breaker, which will destroy a load of gems and give us those Wish Gems. Didn't put it on Zul'Goth this time. But we've still got Godmother there, so we can do it again. Now Zul is ready, even though it's just a... Alright, what should we get? Oh, this everybody's stealthy and they're impervious, but we did create some skulls. Lost someone, but no biggie. Again, we'll create the Wish Gem, use World Breaker to activate it. Could have probably done this a different way, this is taking its time now, but overall a fairly comfy win, and I was just playing around with it then. I wasn't really doing that properly, but it was certainly a lot of fun using Faerie Godmother, purposely not being able to destroy or explode any gems in that first example of how to use her. Well, there's a video. If you found it useful, amusing, funny, entertaining, any of the above, go tell everyone about it. Send the video to your guild, share it, tell your cat, tell your dog, hit the like button, subscribe, all that lot, and I'll catch you again later. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.